Let's now talk about the split line tool. So here we have this 3D object which is made with surface, but you can use 3D solid as well for this example and it will work in a similar way. I'm using this because it's easier to explain using this kind of surface. Alright, now here I will start with a sketch right here, right at the center of this object. So I'll just go to ellipse and I'll select a plane. In this case, I'll select front plane. Alright, now let's make this ellipse like this. Alright, so I've got the ellipse. Now I'll exit out of this sketch and here we have it right here at the center. Now using this ellipse, I will split this face, the face of this object. And for that, we need to select the split line tool, which is on the features tab. So go to features tab and inside curves, we have this tool split line. Select this and now we have three options. So we have silhouette split, we have projection and intersection. Now this one is a projection type. So I'll start with this projection and here it will give you two options. Option of selecting a sketch and then a plane. So in this case, I will select this sketch. So the sketch is this ellipse. So just select it. And the second option is, well, not plane, but the face. So here I'll select this face. And here we are. So after selecting this, you'll notice that SolidWorks will now create this kind of projection. So here it just created projection on both the sides of this sketch and it will project it right on this face. Alright, now what if you don't want to project this on both the sides and you just want to project it only on one of the sides? For that, let's just go to this split line feature once again and now I will select this option, single direction, and now this will let you project it only in one of the selected directions. So as you can see, it is right now projecting here, but if you want to reverse it, you can click this arrow and that's going to reverse the direction. Alternatively, you can also click this checkbox and that's going to reverse the direction. So now it will only project it on this side of the face. So let's click OK and here we are. It just projected it here and there is no projection on this side. Alright, so now that we have this thing projected, we can use it and let's just use it in a practical way. I'll create multiple copies of this feature on all the sides. So I'll go to this pattern option and I'll select circular pattern. And in this case, let's start with this feature, the split line feature. So select this and now in the direction, I'll select this circle right here. Okay, so we've got this selected and as you can see, it will just project it like this. If you want to increase number of objects, well, you can do that here. Maybe I'll just make it 12. All right, and with that, I'll click OK. And here we are. So it just created this kind of pattern very easily right on top of this surface using this split line tool. Now, not only that, you can use this to add different textures, colors or materials to these splitted face. So here this face has been split and now you can use all of these as separate faces. Let me show you how it works. So I'll go to this material option and I'm going to apply a different texture on one of these faces. So I'll go to this face option and I'll just delete this part. All right, now only this face is selected. I'll just select maybe this one and let's just select a color for this. Here we are. If you want to select multiple faces, you can do that as well. So here, if you want to just apply the same color on all of these faces, just select it. And here we are. So with that, I'll click OK and this will apply it as if it's a completely different face. Alright, now let's see what else we can do. So for that, I'll go to this split line and the pattern and I'll delete both of these features. And we can also delete this one. So let's just delete this sketch. And we have a plane here. So I'm now going to activate this plane. So it's hidden. Let's show this plane. Now I'll go to curve, split line, and here I'll now select the silhouette split. Now silhouette split will just create a splitting line with respect to the silhouette which this object is creating. So in order to understand this thing, I'll first create this and then I'll explain what I mean by that. So the first option that we need to select is the direction of pull, which will be this plane. So I just select this plane and now the face is this one. Alright, now you can also select this face, but for now we can leave that if you want to. So with this face selected, we are going to get this kind of silhouette projection. So now it just created this projection. Now if you are wondering what this is, then select this plane and go to normal And this is the projection which we are getting. Now, since I selected this as the face, SolidWorks will just create this boundary using this plane as a reference. So as if this plane is splitting this object right here, the way we see it. So that's the silhouette split. Now let's repeat that from another direction. So here again, I'll just repeat it from top. And for that, once again, I'll go to curve, split line. I'll keep this silhouette selected, and now I'm going to use one of the existing planes here. Maybe I'll just select the top plane here for the direction, and then for the face I'm going to select both of these faces now, as this face is already split into two, so we've got to select both of these faces. Now we will end up with a circle that kind of looks like this. So let's just look at this object from top, and we are going to end up with a silhouette which is exactly like a circle, this circle. And that circle will be created exactly at this point, at the point where this is at the maximum distance. So whatever that maximum distance is, which happens to be somewhere around here, it's going to create the silhouette. So let's click OK, and here we are. So it just created this silhouette split using that split line. So that's how, again, you can split your face using the silhouette split option. So once again, I'm just going to select both of these options, and I'll just select delete, and let's see what else we can do with this. So here I have a plane, and I'm going to use this plane for another geometry. So I'll select this, I'll go to sketch, and let's just create a simple spline right here. So I'm just going to create a spline that kind of looks like this, and now I'm going to extrude it using surface. So I'll go to surface tab, and by the way, if you don't see this thing here, if you don't have a surface tab, right click anywhere on these tabs and just go to tab and activate surfaces. So the surfaces tab will show up. Okay, so with that, we have the surfaces tab now. Go to extruded surface, and now extrude the surface all the way up to this point so that it just intersects it completely. So click OK, and here we are. So it just created this split, and now we can use this as a reference to create a split line all across this surface. All right, let's do it. So I'll go to feature, curve, and split line, and here I'll select intersection. Now we just need to select two separate faces. So I'll select the first face, and then I'll go to the second option, and I'll select this second face. So with these two selected, click OK, and you'll end up with this yellow line. So that's what we are going to get. Click OK, and we may need to hide this surface as well to see this thing clearly, and maybe this plane too. And there we are. We have got this split line which is created by the intersection of the plane and this object. Once again, you can use this to create different textures, or you can even use it to extrude the geometries. Currently this is creating a 3D curve, so you can just use it to create different textures or different materials on these faces. But as mentioned earlier, you can certainly use it to create 3D geometries and 3D sketches as well.